Is there something about advice delivery or advice documents that you would love to see happen sooner rather than later?
Yeah, so the thing about advice documents in general is that um, we always want a version of writing something down for clients or having something to give to document our advice. So I think the idea of whatever the legislation might change over time, there's still an element of we've created this plan with a client and then we're giving them that plan. So that may not necessarily go away, Clinton. But what happens is that it's always out of date. And so this plan has always been very static. And the relationship between the plan and the reviews is always come in for a review and we'll update that old plan because it's out of date. And
Yeah.
so there's a world in the future where your financial plan is always up to date because it's no longer a static document. Okay. And this is a much more appealing client-centric outcome because the client can always check in on their plan and their progress towards their plan on an ongoing basis. And so imagine if, just if it was still Microsoft Word, but every time you opened up your SOA as a customer and your superannuation balance was up to date. The fee table was up to date on the current fees as it was. When you looked at the advice around how much you should be salary sacrificing, for example, it's updated year to date. So
Yeah,
you can look
real
at it
time
in
data.
March, and
Yeah.
so it's always up to date. And so the data exists, but this idea of that putting that data and that updated data into the customer's hands or the client's hands is actually really powerful. And I think that they would be more engaged in actually reading and reviewing their plan because it was actually something that was constantly being updated.